What's up, everybody? It's the Best Spot Kids moving them back with a quick video, and today let's talk about Black Myth Wukong releasing on Xbox. It finally has a release date of August 20th, which you guys know is exactly 1 year after its PlayStation 4 release. Now, let's take you back last year, or December of 2023. Where Game Science has confirmed that Black Myth Wukong will be launching on Xbox, PlayStation, PC August 20th, 2024. They have confirmed that, and that was the case literally it was the case until Summer Games Fest 2024, where suddenly it wasn't coming to Xbox and it was only coming to PlayStation and PC on summer 2024. They somehow found the magic to get the game launching on the PlayStation 4, and they touted this blame on the Xbox Series S. They said it was difficult. It's going to take them years. All this other jazz. Some journalists went to Microsoft for comment. They left a backhanded comment saying, "Hey, we love to work with Game Science, whatever, but we can't comment on exclusive deals with third-party partners that they have," and pretty much insinuating talk to them in PlayStation, essentially, because otherwise that comment's not necessary. They hinted that there was a marketing deal in place for that to happen, and I'm going to believe that, because who else would know? The only people that would know if there's a marketing deal is Game Science, Microsoft, and PlayStation, because at the end of the day, if you are releasing on a platform, that platform has to prepare, obviously give you the stuff to get you ready to launch a game on your store. They got to obviously be prepared for launch, and they have to be notified if it's going to launch. They got to go through certifications and stuff like that. So chances are they would know that why the game is not launching, right? And then you have other people, some PR moves that you want to be careful on what they did. You know what I mean? And people get upset because a lot of us believe this is a marketing deal situation. This was an exclusive deal situation, because they don't know that PlayStation has done so many petty deals with developers and publishers to keep games off of Xbox. It's stupid. I don't even know why they practice any game that's exclusive to PlayStation from a third party moving forward. Is just kind of just stupid. It's just dumb. There's no point, right? So the thing is, reason why is because we've seen PlayStation do this. We've seen this, bro. People forget that Stellar Blade was called Project Eve, and it was originally announced for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One before being wiped up with a PlayStation bag, which moved it from a PS4 game to a PS5 game to a PS5 exclusive game, making it exclusive, excluding it from PC and Xbox, and somehow the people just forget that happened. Like, it actually, when it was announced for Xbox and PlayStation as Project Eve. It was a working title, and now got its name to Stellar Blade, and somehow PlayStation is exclusive. And so yeah, a lot of people, like, they for some reason they want to treat Sony like saints. They want to they believe Game Science. I'm not gonna hold you guys. If I was a small dev team, or I'm trying to get my game out there, and anybody, I don't care if it's Microsoft, if it's Nintendo, if you give me a bag of some upfront money that I can take advantage of now to make the game exclusive, and I'm coming from a person I'm not rich, right? So this is a very easy question for me. I'm going to take the bag, right? You know what I mean? I'm going to take it. The thing is that I'm not going to be slimy about it unless PlayStation has me under some stupid ass NDA that I just won't speak about it at all. I won't comment. I'm not going to lie on a platform. People think there's literally only one game from a technical aspect that really that had the delay from launching on Xbox, and that because of the Series S, and that was Boulder Gate. That's the only one that I actually believe, because it's the only one Xbox properly responded to or tried to do something about to help it, and it actually launched 3 months later. Right? Yeah, sure. It showed up at a PlayStation showcase, but they were upfront and they were transparent about what they want. And it wasn't even that the game couldn't run on Series S. It wasn't even that the game couldn't run. It was because they was like, hey, to get this game done on time, or to make it, make sense, we got to remove split screen, because something about Xbox's Series S memory bandwidth for some reason can't handle split screen co-op, which I haven't played split screen co-op in so long, and I don't plan to do that anytime soon. So it was like they wanted to be able to just drop that mode, but Xbox had a parity clause between Series X and Series S that they have to launch the same modes. The only difference is you could do whatever you want on a technical aspect. If you want to keep the Series S at 1080p and 30 FPS, go ahead, or minus ray tracing, go ahead, you can do that. But it can't be, you can't have co-op on this mode, but not have co-op on this console. And that's pretty much what happened with Baldur's Gate. It wasn't like the game couldn't run. You know what I mean? The game can run it. And that's the only one I believe. Everybody else has been just talking and be talking. And Game Science used that excuse after they somehow magically... Because my thing is that you said it would take years, right? So when did you... So chances are, because you announced a date for the Xbox version, that means you got it running on the Series S. That is June. Why not just release it today? Why not release it today? Why pigeon-toe yourself to a particular release date? I don't care how important or convenient 8/20 is to them. I'm not falling for that. I am not falling for that. So the game finally is coming to Xbox. It's coming August 20th, exactly a year after the PlayStation 5 release. And they're saying it has nothing to do with a PlayStation Sony exclusive deal. It does. And people come up with some lame excuse. Somebody said, PlayStation wouldn't do it because it runs bad on a PlayStation. There's a ton of shit games that PlayStation marketed that runs bad on PlayStation. That doesn't run too great on PlayStation. And I mean, that's not going to stop them for the marketing deal they think is if it's going to push them. The truth is, PlayStation didn't have shit 2024. They gifted the Game of the Year to Astro Bot. That was the only thing PlayStation released in 2024. And this year, again, they're not really. Their only thing they're releasing this year is Ghost of Yote, and you can count MLB, whatever. I don't count Death Stranding because it's not their IP. It's a game that's just launching first there, but it's not their IP. It's not their game. Nobody from PlayStation Studios produced that game. They didn't come up with that idea. You know what I mean? So Black Myth was a hot title. And they caught fire. The game looked good. Now I have access to the game. I said I wouldn't buy this game. I didn't buy it on PlayStation. I think I got it gifted to me on PC or something like that last year. So that's why I was able to play some of it before dropping it. I don't plan on buying Black Myth on Xbox. If it was a Game Pass, yeah, I give it a try. But the reason why is because if you didn't want me to access this game on my preferred platform last year, you don't need me to play this game this year. And I'm less interested because I played several games that are several times better than this. Black Myth does look good and it's a cool concept, but I'm just not that interested. I played it on PC. That's the best way I was going to play it anyway, and it was, to my point, it was average and severely overrated. But I don't like business practices like this. Just be upfront about what your intentions are. They were very shicey. They were very sneaky with this. And then they went to the old reliable blame the Xbox Series S. And yeah, let's just ignore 98% of the industry who's releasing Series games on Series S without delay. Let's ignore that and go on to all reliable, because you had one developer that truly actually had a legit issue, and it wasn't even all that about tech. It was more so about parity. So, but here it is. Black Myth finally got it. This was such an annoyance that just a couple weeks ago, podcast was just like, yo, the game just not coming to Xbox. Just like how we should be treating Final Fantasy VII Remake. I don't want that. I don't want to see that at the Xbox showcase, because you're not going to treat me to an old fucking game at your showcase. You're just not going to do that. You're not treating me to an old game at your showcase. No, the Final Fantasy should have been on Xbox, the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I have no interest, again, just like that, just like I said about Black Myth Wukong, I have no interest of touching Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rebirth, Integrate, whatever it is, because I have now experienced one of the best RPGs to ever touch an Xbox, and that is Expedition 33. I don't need to play a Final Fantasy game. I don't need to. I have no interest. You know what I mean? You made us wait damn near half a decade for this crap. Why? For what? You didn't need my money then? you don't need it now. But that's my thoughts on Black Myth Wukong coming to Xbox. It is what it is. I don't care no more. You should have struck where the iron was hot. You should have launched when you said it would launch in the first place, and that was last August. That's when it should have came out, and I would have bought it. You know what I mean? Now you want to make me wait. You ain't, I'm not touching it unless it goes on Game Pass or it comes extremely cheap, or I just happen to come across an Xbox gift card that I didn't purchase out of my pocket, and then I'll give it a look. But other than that, man, not it, bro. That's my thoughts. That's my video. Xbox is the best box, what it used to be, and I am the best bot. Will always be. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I'm out of here. Peace. 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 Peace.